What if I told you that one of New York's most dangerous, toxic waterways was once the heart of the city's industrial power? The Gowanus Canal has a rich history of both innovation and destruction. From being a bustling trade route to becoming an environmental disaster zone, this canal has seen it all. But what does the future hold? Stick with us as we uncover the incredible story of the Gowanus Canal, a place that's been as much a symbol of decay as it has of hope for a cleaner future. Welcome to History Decoded channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of New York City's most infamous locations, the Gowanus Canal. Located in Brooklyn, this 1.5-mile stretch of water has been both a vital industrial route and one of the most polluted waterways in the United States. While efforts to clean it up have been underway for decades, the canal remains a toxic time bomb. How did this once promising waterway fall from grace, and what's being done to turn it around? Let's explore. In the early days of New York City, the Gowanus Canal played a vital role in shaping the development of Brooklyn. Originally a saltwater marsh, the area around the canal saw agricultural and industrial growth as the city expanded. By the 19th century, the canal was dredged to accommodate large industrial vessels, becoming a hub for everything from coal processing to soap factories. This was the golden age of the canal, and it thrived as an essential part of New York's economy. But this rapid industrialization came at a heavy price. As Brooklyn's population grew, so did its industrial output. By the late 1800s, the Gowanus Canal was filled with pollutants from factories, coal works, tanneries, and even slaughterhouses. Raw sewage, chemicals, and industrial waste were directly dumped into the water. In fact, the canal became so contaminated that locals gave it a nickname, Black Mayonnaise, a thick, putrid mix of oil, coal, pesticides, and sewage. The once clear waterway had become a dangerous cesspool, with no system in place to cleanse or monitor the water. Despite several attempts by the city to address the pollution, including the construction of sewers and tunnels in the early 20th century, the canal's condition continued to deteriorate. By the 1960s, it was essentially abandoned, an industrial graveyard in the heart of Brooklyn. The Gowanus Canal's decline wasn't just about pollution, it became a symbol of environmental injustice. With industry moving out of the area, the canal turned into a neglected eyesore. But in the late 20th century, the community began to push back. In 2009, the canal was officially declared a Superfund site by the EPA, giving it access to federal funds for cleanup. However, progress has been slow, and many residents and environmentalists are concerned that the cleanup efforts aren't enough. Despite some positive redevelopment projects around the canal, like new residential buildings and waterfront parks, the canal's water remains dangerously polluted. Microbiologists have found dangerous pathogens in the water, such as E. coli and other bacteria linked to diseases like typhoid and tuberculosis. The canal's polluted state continues to pose a threat to the local community and the city at large. So, can the Gowanus Canal ever truly recover? While it may seem like an impossible task, recent efforts have shown that there is hope. The Gowanus Canal Conservancy is working to restore parts of the canal, focusing on improving water quality and providing safer access to the waterfront. New York City's plans for the area involve high-density residential development, which could bring in needed revenue for further cleanup. But there are challenges ahead, especially with the toxic history of the canal and the heavy costs of ongoing remediation efforts. Despite the pollution, there are signs of life returning to the area. In 2019, new projects began to emerge, including parks and community spaces that overlook the canal. As for the water itself, technological advancements in water treatment and bioremediation offer some hope for long-term recovery. The story of the Gowanus Canal is one of ambition, neglect, and hope. Once a thriving industrial artery, it became one of the most polluted waterways in the world. But with growing community efforts and city-driven plans for cleanup and redevelopment, there is a glimmer of hope that this dangerous waterway can be transformed into something usable again. Will it be enough to save the Gowanus Canal for future generations? Only time will tell.